Valencia last night, making their life complicated in Atalanta, 4-1 for the Italian team. And it's another poor performance for Valencia on the road. They've been doing this in La Liga. They lost 4-0 in Mallorca. They also lost 3-0 here in Getafe. And Atalanta, what an offensive performance by them. They could have even scored more.
The one thing that jumped out at me last night when I was watching that was efficiency. The word was efficiency, because in fairness, to give credit to Valencia, they created quite a bit going forward.
Yeah.
Ferran Torres had a chance against the post in the first half. Maxi Gomez had at least 2 really good chances, a very good one in the second half. And even Denis Cheryshev, after scoring the goal for Valencia, had a decent chance as well. So Atalanta were just more economical in front of goal. They scored sensational goals. Ilicić's goal was fantastic. They scored a really good goal in the second half. And the one thing, defensively, Valencia were minus Gabriel Paulista, Garoy's long-term injury, Diakabe and Mangala last night just didn't seem to up it.
Yeah, they look lost in the defense, and I think Valencia are going to have problems, even in La Liga, to keep their Champions League status.
Yeah, they seem to be just kind of hanging on. It's like they're edge of the cliff type stuff at the moment. We'll go forward and score one. We might concede one, but we'll try and score another one. There's no stability there at the moment. Kondogbia has been doing okay in a holding midfield role, but even he looks kind of lost at the moment because there's so many guys, they're missing so many bodies. Parejo's doing okay, but not the supreme Parejo we've seen in the past. So it's a difficult period for them at the moment. The goal will stand to them, get an early goal at the Mestalla, but you couldn't see them not conceding.
We have to credit Gasperini and the job he's done at Atalanta. I read a tweet today that they have the same budget as Reading in the Championship, the 15th in the second tier of English football. And he's done wonders. I think at the end of the game, Gasperini took off a defender to put on Zapata for the last minutes of the game when the result was already 4-1. It's a nice story. It reminds me a little bit of maybe the Ajax of last year.
Yeah.
So let's see what they do here in Spain at Mestalla. The last game of the knockout round this week was in London. Tottenham losing 1-0 to RB Leipzig. It was an expected loss. What do you think?
Just looking at the team sheet before the game last night, Tottenham were missing a lot of quality players. Son was on the injury list again. Harry Kane has long-term injury loss. So ability to score goals, the way they set up, defending deep and hoping to score on the counter-attack or pick up a goal from a set piece, it just made me think about this time last year where Tottenham were at with Pochettino, or even how Pochettino would send his team out. It's like you can't be too harsh on Mourinho, because Mourinho is down lots and lots of players. And that being said, factoring all that, RB Leipzig are a quality side. They're with a really, really promising Nangelmann, the young manager. He has them set up to play any way you want. They can play a short passing game, they can hold possession, they can lift it over the top for Timo Werner to get on the end of it. They've got so much going on that, watching the highlights of that after the Atalanta game last night, you're thinking Spurs were lucky to lose by just the one goal. And you'd worry for them in Germany in 3 weeks' time.
They did some heroics last year in Amsterdam against Ajax, 2-0 down, coming back. I know you said that it's not down to Mourinho, but in the press conference before the game, just the metaphors that he's using about climbing stairs, he looks a little bit out of his depth, to be honest. We talk about 3 years usually with Mourinho. At this time in Tottenham, and with the kind of toxic atmosphere that was left after Poch, and the fact that injuries are hit the club at this time, I don't think that things are getting any better.
After the game last night, Dele Alli was substituted, and straight away he's in the press conference, we were better without Dele. This kind of stuff, I don't want to use throwing players under the bus, but Mourinho has no problem in press conferences talking about guys' performance, at times positive and at other times negative, and is this what he really needs to be tapping into at the moment when they're down so many bodies and they have to try and circle the wagons? And also the money situation. Daniel Levy or whoever is pulling the strings with money available to sign players, it doesn't seem to be there at Tottenham. And Mourinho has always kind of gone to owners, with a check, with a wish list. Certainly hasn't had this so far at Tottenham.
We're going to be back here discussing the Champions League next week. Of course, we have the big boys in action next week, Real Madrid and Barcelona. It's going to be exciting times, especially here in Madrid. Thank you so much, John, for coming on and discussing. Please follow John's Twitter handle. He's writing some great La Liga articles. Make sure you read his stuff. Don't forget to subscribe, share, and like. And we'll see you again from Madrid. Bye-bye.